Yo, welcome back to the Straight to the Point podcast. It's your boy BESS, and we're on episode 6. Y'all gotta use two hands, not a count. We on episode 6. Look, first and foremost, I want to thank God for just waking me up this morning and allowing me to do what I love, which is talk about sports. And without him, I would not be here right now. So, of course, as y'all know, on Friday's episodes, I talk about Thursday night's game, of course. Unfortunately, I got to talk about Thursday night's game, and then I preview week 3. Okay, so Sunday and Monday that's coming up. But first, I got some housekeeping we got to take care of. I got some news to tell y'all, and then we're going to get into the best 5 plays of week 2. All right, so housekeeping. So a friend of mine, close friend of mine, consider a brother, came to me with a suggestion, and I liked it, and I'm gonna go ahead and implement it into the podcast. So he said, "Look, let's do a Q&A basically, right? So have people ask questions, and you go on the show and you answer. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna really have y'all send the questions in, but as of right now, I want y'all to comment under the video. So on YouTube, comment under the video in the comments. Ask me a question about your favorite team, any situation going on. About Instagram, comment, DM on Snapchat. You can message me, or if you have my number, you can message me and send me your questions, and I will write them down. I can write your name down, or I can do it anonymous, however you want it, and then I'll come and answer it on. I'm gonna answer them on Friday show. Sorry, Friday shows. I'm gonna come and answer them. That's the Friday, so the show before that weekend of football. I'm gonna come answer those questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and send them to me any way you can. I would write them down, and then I would answer them on Fridays. Okay. So I'm open to suggestions, y'all. If you have suggestions, look, hit me up any way you can and ask me. I might not agree with them all the time, right? But I'm open to people, telling me how to make the show better. And I appreciate the person that I'm not gonna say his name because he gonna think he all that, and I ain't got time for that. I'm not putting your name on my podcast, all right? But I appreciate you. You know who you are, and he wasn't even part of the committee, right? This is somebody that came from me as a brother, as a friend, and said, "Look, this is what I think you should do," and I said, "Hey, let's go with it." So I appreciate him for that, and then don't forget the 100 subscribers. We get to 100 subscribers. We halfway there. I'm at 50. I know before I made this one, I was at 50. Halfway there, we get to 100 subscribers, okay? I will start bringing guests onto the show, okay? So let's get there, get the questions in, and let's make this show better, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get into the best 5 plays of week 2. I repeat, the best, BESS, 5 plays of week 2, okay? So with my best 5 plays, I always have an honorable mention. Always. I feel like there's always a play that you could have put in the top 5, but it just didn't make it by a little bit. So I'm going to honor you in the honorable mentions. I'm going to go with Christian Kirksey, linebacker for the Houston Texans. Okay, one thing about the Texans this year is that they need big plays. They need them. Okay, that's to keep them in games, to help them win games. They need big plays, and this right here was a big play. Christian Kirksey somehow, some way, managed to get this ball out of Cortland Sutton's hand. I don't know how he did it, okay, because I cannot sit here. I didn't get a good camera angle. This is the only camera angle they had on the play, but he did get this ball out of Cortland Sutton's hands. These are the plays that the Houston Texans, Lovie Smith's defense need, okay? I love it. Love to see it. Great job, Christian Kirksey. You are in the honorable mention. Now, let's get to the best 5 plays of week 2. Number 5, special teams. People say special teams don't matter. Who care about special teams? Look, special teams is very important for plays like this, okay? The Baltimore Ravens, okay, special team. I'm not going to just name the person that returned the kick. It's everybody. It's the whole special teams, the whole unit. So the Ravens special teams is at number 5, okay? Great job. This is how you start the game off, right? This is how you come out. You punch a team in the mouth. You punch them in the mouth, and unfortunately, they couldn't finish the game. But this is a big reason why they was up 35-14 in the fourth quarter. Okay, you come out with a splash play like this, and that's how you start the game. So great job, Ravens. And look, y'all know I don't like the Ravens because I'm still a fan, so I hate the Ravens. I don't like the Ravens. Look, I like the Cowboys more than I like the Ravens, okay? That's how much I don't like them. But I got to respect great play. And the Ravens special teams deserve to be number 5 on the best 5 plays of week 2. Number 4, this is honestly my favorite play. It's my favorite play of my best 5. Only because, look, I'm pretty sure y'all grandma done told y'all in the past, look, it's not about how you fall. It's about how you get up. He fell, he got up, and he scored. Okay, look, he got up and he shook two people. I'm talking boom, boom, shook him, and then got into the end zone. DeAndre Swift is a top 10 running back in this league. Unfortunately, he would never be top 5 only because of the names in the top 5. The Alvin Kamara's, the Dalvin Cooks, the Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor's, Christian McCaffrey's. Those guys are in the top 5. But DeAndre Swift, you balling this year, dog. You balling this year for a hungry Detroit team who y'all need to watch out for. Could sneak into the playoffs this year because of this man right here, DeAndre Swift. Great catch, fell down, got up. Like Diamond Perkins said, we all fall down and we get up. All right. So look, we going with number 3. Number 3 on the best 5 plays. Look here. This I didn't want to put this play up here, but when it happened, I just sat back and said, man, this gonna be on the best 5 plays of the week. It is, because this is definition of getting mossed. Okay, the ball was on my man's head, and Nelson Aguilar came and snatched it off his head. So great job, Nelson Aguilar. Number 3 on the best 5 plays of the week. Okay, this is like a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, give me some more DeAndre Hopkins. This is one of the plays where receivers go and just take the ball out the air and command the ball. Well, it was Nelson Aguilar. Not a big name, but he went and made a play that was a huge contribution for them winning this game. So Nelson Aguilar, you made a great play on a good secondary. Well, decent secondary after what I saw last night. But we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. You made a great play in a tight game that y'all needed. Great job, Nelson Aguilar. Okay, number 2 in the best 5 plays of week 2, Kyler Murray. It's simple as that, man. This dude ran around. Let me tell you something. I was watching this play. I went to go get something to drink. Came back, the man was still running. They said he ran for 85 yards in that whole play. So basically every step they calculated yards, and they said he ran for 85 yards in this play. Okay, Kyler Murray, you need to make plays like this to keep your team in games. Like they did, they need this 2-point conversion to complete their comeback. Sorry, coming into this to the end of this game, Kyler Murray, you did it. You run around like a little kid running from his parents. Don't want to get his tail whooped. Okay, that's what it looked like. You did it. And look, I want y'all to watch the O-lineman in this play. Okay, because some O-lineman was standing there like, dude, I'm not finna chase this dude around. And then the O-lineman, so the D-lineman was like, I'm not finna chase this dude around. And then the O-lineman was like, bro, what are you doing? You know what? You got it. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. And he got into the end zone. So good job, Kyler Murray. Number one. This play is number 1 due to circumstance. Jalen Ramsey. Okay, got exposed week 1 against Stephon Diggs. I'm talking embarrassed. Exposed week 1, and people said, "Oh, Jalen, I don't think you're the best corner in the league no more. I don't think you are." But this game, he came and made the game sealing, the game closing. He finished it. He put the nail in the coffin. Okay, that's what the best players in the league have to do. You gotta finish the games. You gotta end them, and he did. Now, y'all know I played quarterback in high school. Okay, so I know about circumstance. Okay, and I know what you need on what play. So let me just dissect this play from a football standpoint. First of all, Marcus Mariota. Okay, it's 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 is like 1:17 left. You down by more than a field goal, so you gotta go get the touchdown. It's 3rd and 13, so don't go for the first down on this play. Don't go for the touchdown on this play. Get you about 8 yards, 7 yards. Make it 4th and 5, 4th and 6. It's like you went for it all on one play. And not only did you go for it all on one play, but you threw it in Jalen Ramsey's direction. Like, that just wasn't smart all the way around. So I believe that was a terrible play by the Falcons, but you throw it to the wrong man, and he made the play. So Jalen Ramsey, he came back and said, look, I'm him. I love when they count me out. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do by finishing that game. So those are my best 5 plays of week 2. Cannot wait to get to next week. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. Number 1 for next week is George Pickens' one-handed catch. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. There's no debate. I don't care what happens. I don't care. Look, Lamar Jackson can break 11 ankles on Sunday. It will not be number 1 because George Pickens' one-handed catch will be number 1. Let me just go ahead and put that out there, all right? Just to go ahead and get that out there. But speaking of George Pickens, let's go ahead and talk about Thursday Night Football. Okay, for those of y'all that didn't watch the game, George Pickens, receiver for the Steelers, had a huge catch. That's why I was talking about him. And now when I say speaking of George Pickens, basically I'm saying speaking of the Steelers, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. Now, before I dissect this game and tell y'all how I feel, this is coming from not only me as a analyst, right? me as a football fan, but it's coming from me as a Steelers fan as well. And I believe as a Steelers fan, I'm one of those fans that I'm real. I'm a realist. I'm not gonna go overboard, and I'm not gonna dog us out either. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Okay, so don't think this is just straight favoritism. No, it's not. This is me telling you from not only my football IQ, but my team, my team, my love for the team. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. My Steelers did lose 17-29. Okay, 20. That don't count. They lost 17-23. It's simple as that. They did not lose 17-29. Okay, I'm not even gonna go through that because that last play of the game does not count. That last play, I'm not counting that last play of the game. All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk about it. We was up 14-13 at halftime. Okay, and we got outscored 3-10 in the second half. Okay, 3-10. Like I said, it was supposed to be. So it's 14-13. It's supposed to be 17-23. But they did score that last touchdown on the last couple seconds of the game. So let's talk about it. The name of the game, right? The name of this game was Nick Chubb. It's simple as that. Nick Chubb had 23 carries for 113 yards. Since 2018, he's had 24 100 rushing yard games. Right? So since 2018, about 4 years ago, he's had 24 games where he went for over 100 yards. That's the most during that span. You've heard names like Derrick Henry. You've heard names Ezekiel Elliott to the word. Well, Ezekiel Elliott 2018 was better than he is now. But you see what I'm saying? Ezekiel Elliott, the Dalvin Cooks, the Christian McCaffreys, all these names. And since 2018, he has the most 100 yard rushing games. So this game was on the ground. He killed us on the ground. Simple as that. But I can't get mad at the Steelers defense because you played, obviously, this O-line and him has had success in the past. I mean, he had 24 games of 100 rushing yards. So this is not new. This is not, he struggles against every other team, but when he plays the Steelers, he gets 100 yards. No, he does it to everybody. Okay, so to say that the Steelers' run defense is just terrible, I can't say that. You went against one of the best rushing attacks in the league. Okay, so they won this game on the ground. And I might have underestimated the Browns a little bit. Defensively, they're a question mark. Because offensively, we're still a question mark. So you can't judge this game for the Cleveland Browns defense. But I think defensively, they're a question mark. Okay? But at the same time, offensively, they can win with Jacoby Brissett because of the run game. So I think I did underestimate this Browns team in terms of the success they can have. Because if you have a guy running for 113 yards and you also have another running back, Kareem Hunt, who can get you about 50, right? If he getting 113, then Kareem Hunt got about 50, 47, something like that, right? You can win games because not only does it give you a running advantage, but it gives you a passing advantage. Now Jacoby Brissett can play action, right? Fake the run. We're so worried about the run that the pass is open. So this team can actually make some noise until Deshaun get back due to the running game. So I did underestimate them, and I'm gonna admit that. Okay, I admit I was wrong about that. Now, let's go ahead and let's talk about the Steelers, okay? So, the Browns, y'all won because y'all ran the ball down our throats. Simple as that. Y'all did great at running the ball. Okay, I think this was more of Steelers, we have problems versus Browns, y'all are just that good, okay? So, Browns, congratulations on the win. Y'all did good. Nick Chubb, you are him. You are the man. Ran down our throats. Y'all won this game. Y'all won up front. Y'all won on the line of scrimmage. Y'all completely dominated us on the line of scrimmage. You got 113 yards. Now let's talk about the Steelers, okay? Once again, this is not favoritism. This is not bias. This is me being real, all right? Mr. Trubisky, through his first two games, he did not have 200 passing yards in either game. He didn't throw a touch. He did throw a touch. I'm sorry, threw a touchdown in the second game, and the first game. I have a problem with the consistency of the offense. So, the first 2 weeks, it was bad. If you watch the Steelers, it was terrible. Okay, it was bad because we was not throwing the ball down the field. We kept throwing dump-offs. We kept throwing short passes. And the thing that I tell everybody with the Steelers was we would go first down, we would run it, or we'll throw a short pass. So, now it's like 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6, something like that. Then we'll do it again. We'll throw a short pass. We'll run the ball. And if we run the ball and we lose yards, now it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, right? We kept putting ourselves in third down situations. And the same thing happened yesterday to an extent, okay? On third downs, strictly third downs, The Browns was 6 for 16. That's not perfect, but it's okay. It's not even good, honestly. But 6 for 16. We was 1 for 9. We got 1 third down conversion yesterday. That's a problem. And that's when I also talked about the defense getting tired because of all the 3 and outs that we had. So we kept getting the ball. First down, second down, third down, punt. First down, second down, third down, punt. And it happened in the second half. First down, second down, third down, punt. We kept punting the ball. And they kept giving the ball back to Nick Chubb. And he kept running down our defense's neck because we could not get a break. Defense got off the field, went right back over. Okay? Browns ran the ball down our throats. So 1 for 9 on third down, that's no bueno. That's not good. Sorry, y'all. I'm in a Spanish class, so I've been practicing. So that's no bueno. That's not good at all. Okay, look, we have to learn how to get extended drives, and it was working the first half. We looked good. I'm not worried about the first half because we lost the second half. So first half, we actually looked good. Throwing the ball down the field, Mitch looked good. We drove down the field twice, scored touchdowns. Ran one in with Najee Harris, ran one in with Mitch. It looked okay in the first half, but the second half is when it fell off. We have to fix it. Simple as that. The answer is not Kenny Pickett right now. At this moment in time, it's not Kenny Pickett. I think it's what we saw week 1 and week 2 was different from yesterday. Week 1 and week 2, it looked bad. It looked horrible. We blame Mitch. We blame the OC. Last night, I think Mitch had a pretty good game. And I think our offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, had a pretty good game compared to week 1 and week 2. So that's progress. That's all we can ask for. As fans, all we can ask for is progress. Okay, some Steelers fans that I got into arguments with on Instagram they acting like they want Mitch to turn into Tom Brady overnight. They want Mitch to turn into Mahomes. They want such a great production. You're not going to get that. Mitch is an average quarterback on a team that has enough around him to where he has no choice but to be successful. And if you don't, then hey, you gotta go. Simple as that. I'm gonna give you more than 3 weeks to prove it. Yesterday he had a pretty good game compared to week 1 and week 2. But you have enough around you. Our defense is hurting right now without TJ. I'm not gonna lie. Life without TJ is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, we're still struggling a little bit. But you have enough around you, Mitch, to where you can make plays. He did it yesterday until the second half. So, with that being said, as a Steelers fan, I'm still okay. I'm not hitting the panic button. Don't hit the panic button. We are just fine. We had a good first half yesterday. So next week, let's hope for 2 good halves. Let's improve. Let's work on getting better. Okay, it's not going to be huge jumps. It's going to take a little bit of time. So we might be losing right now, but let's get it straight. Let's get it going until we get to the hard teams. The Jets is the next team we play, which is, I'm not going to say they're easy, but it's better than the next stretch of teams we play. We play, I believe, the Buccaneers, the Dolphins, the Bills, and who else is it? The Buccaneers, the Dolphins. I'm sorry, I got to figure out because it's going to hurt me if I don't know what team this is. Real quick. Sorry. Oh, here you go. Patriots, no, sorry. Jets, Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, Eagles, okay. Sorry. Jets, Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, Eagles, okay. Over that stretch, that's a hard stretch. So this next game is the Jets. We got to get it together. This is our last game to get it together because then you play the Bills, who we all know is legit. You play the Bucks, who we all know is legit. You play the Dolphins, who on the hype train once again. Then you play the Eagles, who are legit. You play 3 legit teams in the span of 4 weeks. Let's get it straight now. We have time. Don't panic, Steelers fans. We have time. We saw Mitch was borderline on the bench after week 1 and week 2. Yesterday, he looked better. Okay, second half we fell off. But you can't expect a full turnaround in one game. It's not going to happen. Mitch is not that kind of guy. He needs to build momentum, which I think he did. Let's ride it until next week. Let's keep riding down the stretch. We're just fine. Mike Tomlin said, look, Mitch is our guy right now. We're not moving on from him until otherwise. Matt Canada is our OC. We're not moving on to proving otherwise. Yesterday wasn't even Mitch's fault. Yeah, that game we lost yesterday was not Mitch's fault. It was simply we could not stop the run. Simple as that. Defense cannot stop the run, which led to us struggling in the passing game. Jacoby Brissett had a good game because we couldn't stop the run. So then we focused on the run so much, they pull it out and Jacoby Brissett passes the ball. That's what I mean by average quarterback in this league can do good. Jimmy Garoppolo. Look at his success. Okay, Mitch had success in Chicago. They went to the playoffs several times. Well, twice out of the 3 years or 4 years he was there. An average quarterback can be good with a good running game / O-line. So running game and O-line, I play hand in hand. and then a good defense. Okay, the Browns went against a struggling offense with us in the second half. They had the run game to lean on, and Jacoby Brissett had a good old line to where he could pull it out, play action, and kill us in the pass. Steelers fans, do not panic. Don't do it, because I'm not going to do it until I do it. Y'all do not panic, all right? So next, we'll go ahead and preview Week 3 real quick. All right, Week 3 real quick. It's 2 games of the week, Packers and Bucks. This right here is going to be a boring game. It's gonna be a boring game. People like games where there's shootouts, right? Y'all like, that's what fans like. Fans like to see where there's shootouts, where the score is like 35-42 or 45-42, something like that. This is not gonna be that kind of game. This is gonna be a game it's gonna be like a old school 1980s, 1970s kind of game. It's gonna be low scoring, and it's gonna be 2 teams that are gonna be running the ball. Tom Brady does not have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, or Julio Jones in this game. Okay, Mike Evans suspended. Julio still hurt a little bit, and Chris Godwin still hurt. He's not going to have weapons. Okay, so they're going to use Leonard Fournette in this run game to help them win this game. Vice versa, right? The Packers, they don't have, of course, they don't have Devontae Adams anymore, but remember what I told y'all the past couple of weeks. Lean on the run game. Rely on the run game. Rely on A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones to get this offense going, and then let Aaron Rodgers build chemistry with the receivers. That's going to be a key in this game. You have to run the ball with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. It's not going to be easy because of who you're going against, right? The Bucs have a pretty good defense all the way around, but running, right? The Bucs are ranked 22nd in run stop rate. Run stop rate. They're ranked 22nd. In run stop rate, they basically judge it off of how often they beat their blocks on a run play. So how often they beat their blocks whenever the other team runs the ball. They're ranked 22nd. Okay, it's not that good. And then they're also ranked 19th in yards per rush allowed. The Packers are ranked 3rd in yards per rush. So the Packers, I think they have an advantage in running the ball. The Buccaneers are a great defense. Don't get it twisted. Do not think I'm saying any other way. But I believe that this Packers run game is one of the top 3 rushing, them, Cleveland, and then you can pick your other team. But I believe they have a great rushing attack, and they can use that to their advantage. Is Aaron Rodgers going to have to make a couple throws this game? Yes, but it's Aaron Rodgers, right? He can make throws. It's about will the receivers catch the ball and will they get open. It's simple as that. All right, so I do believe this game is going to go through A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, as it should, because even Aaron Rodgers himself came out and said the goal is getting Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon at least 15 touches a game. 15 touches. That's perfect. That's how you have to play right now if you're the Packers. Play through your running backs, play through your run game, then start passing the ball. Let Aaron Rodgers build that chemistry. By playoff time, he will be ready. Okay, this team I'm actually higher on the Packers because Aaron Rodgers is their second option. Let that sink in. The best quarterback in the league is their second option. The first option is running the ball. Then my second option is Aaron freaking Rodgers, right? That is a dangerous team in my opinion. They can only get better as time goes. Last week, Sammy Watkins went crazy in that game. That's a veteran. Randall Cobb went crazy in that game. That's a veteran. Now bring the Christian Watsons up. Okay, now bring the Romeo Dobbs up. You bring the other receivers with you. Y'all get better as a unit, and this will be a balanced offense. But as of right now, they are run first, pass second. And when you're run first and you're pass second with Aaron Rodgers, that's a dangerous team. Yes, Brady is good. Yes, I think Brady will find ways to be successful in this game. But I'm taking the Packers defense against a hurt Brady's offense, so no Mike Evans, no Julio, no Chris Godwin, versus a Bucs defense against a great running offense with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. All right, so that's why I'm picking the Packers in this game. I am picking the Packers to beat the Bucs on the road in this game. It'll be a dogfight. It'll be a slugfest, but I'm picking the Packers. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Both teams might have under 20 points, honestly. It's going to be that kind of game where they're going to focus on running the ball, and it's going to basically be battle of the trenches, right? Like I said with the Steelers yesterday, we got beat on the line of scrimmage. Who going to win the line of scrimmage, and that's who will win this game. I think it'll be very low-scoring. All right, next game of the week. 2 games of the week, Bills and Dolphins. This is the game of the week because y'all made this a game of the week. This is not a game of the week. I'm picking the Bills all day, every day. I'm not even questioning my pick because the Dolphins, it's all hype right now. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Tua, I'm not even hating on the man. I'm just calling it how I see it. He has one good game. People going crazy saying Tua is that guy. Tua is him. Tua is this. Tua. He had one game. You know what? Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, while they're considered great at the moment, because we've seen it consistently. That game that Tua had last week, we've seen Mahomes do it plenty of times. We've seen Josh Allen do it plenty of times. Not necessarily 6 touchdowns, but we've seen him do it with 5 and 4 touchdowns on a consistent basis, right? This man had one good game in the second half. They was playing comeback. So basically it was, look, we have nothing to lose at this point. We're just throwing the ball down the field. We're just trying to get points on the board. They did. That's why I say Lamar Jackson semi-choked. Semi-choked. Okay, yes, that was the defense's fault, but Lamar Jackson, you got to finish that game. Them last 3 drives you had, you only got 3 points out of it. You got to finish that game. Simple as that, especially when you see the other team is gaining momentum. So, Tua, I'm not hating on you at all. I'm just calling it like I see it. You're an average quarterback who had a great game. That does not automatically make you perfect. That does not automatically make you a top 5 quarterback. That does not make you great. That does not make you him. Okay? But go ahead and beat the Bills. Beat the Bills? And no. Oh, you're him. Don't get actually no, I take that back. I'm so sorry. You're still not him. You beat the Bills. You beat the Bills, you open my eyes. My eyes are open. I'm looking at Miami, I'm saying, okay, Miami's a threat. But momentarily, right now, I don't think they're a threat. I think they're a team that got hot at the right moment last week, and I think they're going to get beat this week by the Bills. Only thing to note about the Bills is the Bills are missing 4 of their defensive starters. So 4 of the starters are out for this game, including when the safety Micah Hyde. You know, they got them 2 dynamic safeties back there, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde is out. So that could hurt Buffalo in the deep passing game with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. But Tua's throwing the ball, so I wouldn't be that concerned, okay? And then they're missing Ed Oliver on the D-line. That's the only 2 notable names that they're missing. But they are missing 4 stars on defense. But I'm still confident that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, Gabriel Davis, I think he's questionable. They can still get the job done offensively. And defensively, I still believe in Leslie Frazier in that defense to get the job done. And Von Miller to get pressure all day on Tua. And this should be in Teron Armstead actually is going to be on that left side with Von Miller. So it's going to be a great matchup. I think this game is not necessarily a blowout. But I do got the Bills winning this game on the road in Miami. So not a blowout, but they will win by a nice little margin of points. All right. Next game up, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Bengals and Jets. This is a must win for the Bengals. Simple as that. The Bengals have to get back on track. They have to get back on track because the rest of the AFC is starting to take off. I know it's week 3. I know it's early, but you can't go 0-3. That's one thing. You got to at least get 1 win in the first 3 weeks to be okay. All right, you go 0-3. It's going to start getting hard. It's really going to start getting hard. So I think the Bengals got to win this game at New York. But the Jets have momentum, right? They came back and they beat the Browns last week in the last minute and 55 seconds. Don't know how they did it. Crazy. It shouldn't have happened, right? But the Browns collapsed in the last 1 minute and 55 seconds. Look, there's a reason why coaches say all the time, play to the final whistle, play to the final buzzer. That's why. Okay? The Browns lost that game in 1 minute and 55 seconds. Let that sink in. 1 minute and 55 seconds. So the Jets have momentum right now. Joe Flacco been playing good. Garrett Wilson's playing good. Breece Hall's playing good. That defense is playing good enough. Okay? But I think Joe Burrow, the O-line got to get it together. It's simple as that. If the Jets give more than 4 sacks, they're going to lose. The Bengals are going to lose. The Bengals have got to protect Joe Burrow. Let him eat. Let him use Jamar Chase. Let him use T. Higgins. Let him use Tyler Boyd. Let them run the ball with Joe Mixon. It's a great offense. They just can't get time for Joe Burrow to throw the ball. So the Bengals, this is a must-win game, honestly. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. It's a must-win game. Next, I'm taking the Bengals in that game. I'm taking the Bengals on the road. Next is the Raiders and Titans. Raiders, please go win this game on the road. Hunter Renfrow is out, I believe, with a concussion. He got a concussion on the overtime hit last week when they made him fumble and they took it to the house for the win. The Cardinals did. So you're missing one of your receivers, right? One of your weapons. But you still have the best receiver in the league in Devontae Adams. And you got top 4 tight end in Darren Waller. Make it work, okay? Spread the ball around. Be careful. Do not throw more than 3 interceptions. Don't throw 3 interceptions. And don't give up. Think about that. Don't throw 3 interceptions. You threw 3 the first week, you lost. Don't give up a 20-point lead. Give up a 20-point lead in the second week, you lost. You're 0-2. It's starting to get a little uncomfortable. You start going 0-3, 0-4. You even go 0-3. I think you should be uncomfortable. Raiders, I believe y'all. The Titans are struggling right now. They don't have a receiver, a threat, right? Without AJ Brown being gone. So look, stop Derrick Henry, which is gonna be hard. Derrick Henry might have a great day, but I believe Derek Carr and that offense can get things going over this Tennessee Titans defense. All right, so I'm going with the Raiders on the road against the Titans. Next, Saints and Panthers. Saints, tough loss last week. Jameis Winston, tough loss last week. What I tell y'all, this team will go as far as Jameis Winston takes them. Jameis, take control of the team. Go win this game in Carolina. It's very winnable. When it's Baker Mayfield, I picked Baker the past 2 weeks only because they played the Browns. I thought redemption game, and then Baker played the Giants, who I don't think is as legit as people saying they are. So this week I'm not going with Baker no more. I might not go with Baker the rest of the year, honestly. Jameis Winston, go win this game. Take control of your team back. I'm pretty sure people are looking at you kind of sideways now. Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit looking at you like, bro, you threw the game away last week. Come on, come back. This is kind of like not a warm-up game, not really a practice game because the Carolina defense is pretty good, but this is a game where you come back after a bad week and you get yourself back on the right track. So I'm going with the Saints on the road at Carolina. Ravens and Patriots. Bill Belichick, I love you. I think you're a great coach. I think you draw up great schemes, great game plans, but you got to stop a hot Lamar Jackson right now. I'm not a Lamar Jackson fan, but at the moment he is hot, and right now I don't think that the Patriots have enough to be able to beat the Ravens. All right, I think the Ravens just have a little bit too much for the Patriots. So and not even the defense stopping Lamar necessarily, but it's about the Patriots offense. Mac Jones doesn't have enough around him to beat a Ravens defense who actually looked bad last week against the Dolphins, but the Patriots don't have those threats on the outside. The Patriots don't have those receivers that can make plays. So I'm going with Lamar Jackson on the road. All right, Lions and Vikings. This is a game I might actually have to watch at 12 o'clock because the Lions, y'all, like I said earlier, this is the team that can sneak into the playoffs. They've been playing great over the past 2 weeks. They lost the first game 35-38. That's a good loss. I'll say they lost any day of the week. They lost to an Eagles team, too, who is pretty legit at the moment. So I think the Lions are a great team. Aiden Hutchinson had 3 sacks last week, y'all. Aiden Hutchinson is legit. That's my Defensive Rookie of the Year. He will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Stamp it. All right, stamp it. He is that guy. He is him, okay? I think this Lions defense is good. The offense is good. Jared Goff is playing out of his mind right now only because he has a great O-line and a great running back. Once again, you have a good running game, a good O-line, a nice defense, nice pass rush defense. You can be good in this league even if you're average. Okay, so Jared Goff playing good right now. They go against the Vikings, who took a tough loss last week to the Eagles. I don't think the Vikings get right back on the right track yet. So I'm going with the Lions on the road in Minnesota. I got the Lions winning in Minnesota. Okay, Eagles and Commanders. I got Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Simple as that. Carson Wentz, this is the payback game. But I have fallen off the Wentz train. I used to be a huge Carson Wentz fan, y'all. I swear I used to be. When he played with the Eagles, I was a huge Carson Wentz fan. He had the MVP season that he didn't win MVP because he got hurt, tore ACL in Los Angeles. And ever since then, I've been trying to back him up. Even last year, I was like, y'all, Carson Wentz still got it. He lets me down every time. So I'm not going with Carson Wentz. I'm going with the Eagles on the road. I think Jalen Hurts is legit this year. People even saying he's in the MVP conversation. So I'm going with the Eagles on the road to go against Washington. All right, Chiefs and Colts. Colts, I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't know. I don't want to know. Okay, I don't care either because the Chiefs are going to win this game. Mahomes is showing y'all that, look, I don't have Tyreek, right? But I still got Travis Kelce. I might not have that big weapon on the outside, but I'm still that guy, right? He's still in the top 5. He's still a top 5 quarterback. Top 5 quarterback can do a lot with what Mahomes has right now. So I believe the Chiefs will go on the road and win this game. Colts, y'all falling to 0-3. Colts, I had y'all as playoff contenders, man, and y'all are letting me down. I don't know what's going on. Y'all tied with Houston, and then y'all lost to the Jaguars. So y'all are really 0-1-1. So y'all about to be 0-2-1. I got the Chiefs on the road. All right, Texans and Bears. Texans, you get your first win of the week. I'm going with the Texans on. It's funny. I'm going with all the road teams, honestly. Texans, I'm going with y'all on the road only because Justin Fields and that team, they're still putting something together. They don't know their identity yet. Last year they ran the ball for over 100 yards with David Montgomery, right? But they're still trying to get Justin Fields going. Hey, Justin Fields. Actually, last week he didn't even throw that many passes. I don't know what's going on with Chicago right now. I don't know. All right, but that team is not looking good right now, so I'm going with the Texans. They won the first week against San Francisco, and I think that was more so the weather than it was them beating San Francisco. But then they lost last week to the Packers, and I think they would lose this week to the Texans. I actually like what I'm seeing from the Texans. The Texans tied with the Colts. They lost last week to the Broncos, but by a little bit. Lovie Smith is doing a great job with this team, okay? So people saying Lovie Smith, fire him. No, do not fire. Lovie Smith is doing a good job with what he has. Davis Mills is doing a good job with what he has. I like this Texans team. I'm going for y'all on Sunday. Pick the Texans against the Bears, all right? Jaguars, Chargers. Justin Herbert is questionable. So if Justin Herbert plays, I'm going with the Chargers. If Justin Herbert don't play, I'm going with the Chargers. Look, this defense is legit. Okay, the Chargers defense is legit. I think it's too much for Trevor Lawrence to handle at the moment. I like what Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson is doing with their offense. And Trevor Lawrence looks way better than he did last year, and that shows you that how much a coach impacts a player. Okay, obviously. What's my man name from Ohio State? Coach from Ohio State. I cannot think his name right now. He was not the answer last year. Got fired mid-season, and now you got Doug Peterson, a Super Bowl winning head coach who can get the job done. I do like this offense, but I don't think they're gonna. And I like the pass rush with Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker, but I do not think it's enough to beat the Chargers, whether Justin Herbert plays or not. All right, Rams and Cardinals. I got the Rams. I don't think it's too much to talk about in that game. The Cardinals came back from a 20-point lead. They have momentum, but you're going to get some Rams team who I think is still hungry from week one. I think they're still fueled by that. Last week, Atlanta almost came back and beat them. I think they're still trying to prove themselves, still trying to say, look, I know you like the Bills, but we good too. I think that's what the Rams trying to do right now, so I got the Rams on the road. Packers and Bucks, got the Packers, where I talked about that one. Falcons and Seahawks, I'm going to go with the Falcons, okay? The Falcons looked good last week against the Rams. Came back, almost won that game. Mariota threw the interception at the end that kind of ended the game. But I think they can ride that momentum. Drake London, legit. Kyle Pitts, not really involved, but he's helping Drake London now. That's 1-1. And then Cordell Patterson, I like him out the backfield. I think this Falcons team is good enough to beat a Seahawks team. Geno Smith kind of came back down to earth last week, had a bad game, and I think he will not be able to beat the Falcons at home. So I'm going with the Falcons on the road. 49ers and Broncos, I'm going with the 49ers. Look, this Broncos team, let me show y'all real quick. I know I'm going over on time. I apologize for that. But let me show y'all this real quick. Nathaniel Hackett had two weeks, the head coach for the Broncos, had 2 weeks where I'm looking at him like, bruh, I don't think you're a head coach in this league. Look at what happened. So the first week, remember, it was the whole, I'm going to kick the field goal, the 64-yard field goal versus going for it on 4th and 5 with Russell Wilson. This time, it was 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, right? And you run kind of it looked like a sweep with the fullback, okay? So you ran horizontal versus running vertical on 3rd and 1. That's questionable. I don't care who does that. It's questionable. And then, even I know that. And then not only that, but you don't know if you want to go for it on 4th and 1. So you waste time. You're thinking about it. Then you say, okay, let's get the field goal. You go kick the field goal, you get delayed game. Now you get backed up out of field goal range. Now you gotta punt it. Like that's stuff that's elementary. That's come on now. We gotta know that if you're gonna be a head coach in this football league, you gotta get stuff like that together. And that's 2 weeks straight. He done had 2 very questionable calls or two moments where we're like, man, how did you get that job? And not only that, but I also saw a video where the fans was yelling the play clock. So you know how Giannis, when he shoot his free throws, they're counting. It was counting for Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson. Like that's middle school. Come on now, you gotta. We too grown for this. It's the NFL. We too professional. Y'all get paid way too much to be having problems with getting plays together and calling it before the delayed game and running sweeps on 3rd and 1 and then not knowing if you want to go for it or kick it, and then you decide to kick it and then it's a flag. Nathaniel Hackett, you do this again next week and you're really on the hot seat. People saying he's on the hot seat, like legit. Like, he's 1-1 as a coach, but they're saying he's on the hot seat. Like, that's bad. But I am going with the 49ers on the road. Jimmy G is back. Unfortunately, Trey Lance got hurt. Jimmy G is back. Kyle Shanahan will drop a nice game plan for this 49ers offense. And the 49ers defense is good. Broncos offense is iffy. So I'm going with the 49ers. Then Monday night, Cowboys, Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Cowboys, look, Cooper Rush had a good game last week. Now you're going against a red-hot Giants team. I'm not saying the Giants is all that, but I'm saying that Cowboys, y'all still a question mark, right? So a question mark going against a team that I think is overhyped. I'm going with a team that's overhyped. I'm going with the Giants, okay? So I think I only picked one home team, which is the Giants all week. I like that. I like the odds. All right. All right, but y'all, look, that is it for today. Sorry I went over time a little bit, lost track of time. But this is what happens when you talk about things you love, right? It's kind of, you lose track of time. I told y'all 30 minutes. Y'all gave me an extra 9, well, extra 10 minutes. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Okay, don't forget, send me y'all message, send me y'all questions. Sorry, send me your questions in the comments, Instagram, Snapchat. If you have my number, send me the questions. I will answer them next Friday. All right, y'all have a blessed weekend. Keep God first. You can never go wrong. Watch football. Enjoy y'all life. And all right, I'll see y'all later.